So, about 2 weeks ago, you would find me on my way from Conroe, Texas to New Orleans with my youth group on a mission trip to serve the homeless. We would work all day and then come home, or not come home, come to the hotel and have a debrief every night about the things that God had been working on in our hearts. And something that took a while for me to finally open up about, but on the last night I built up the courage to talk about, was the frustrations I have within my home life and with my father, and the difficulty I have connecting with him because he divorced my family about 9 years ago. And I've had tension in that relationship ever since. And during this conversation, I felt nervous and expected looks of pity and not really understanding, but I looked around and I saw nodding heads, and within a few minutes, almost every single person in the room attest to similar feelings of frustration and loneliness in their own homes. Which leads us to our issue, is how do we bridge the gap in communication between parents and their children, because no one should feel lonely in their own home.
The need to strengthen family relationships is not a single story, but it is universal. According to a survey reported by ABC, American families spend a mere 36 minutes a day with each other face to face. If this is such a global issue, then why Conroe, Texas? It has the highest growth rate of any city in the United States at 7.8%. Thus, the demand for healthy relationships is at a constant increase. Furthermore, according to the Migration Policy Institute, the Houston metropolitan area, of which Conroe is located, hosts 1.4 million immigrants. Since integration into a new community is a challenge for any newcomer, the support system provided by internal family relationships become all the more crucial. Here's an example of the solution we'll implement. So there was a video that was supposed to be played, but it looks like it somehow ended up not on the slide, so I'll just explain what happened really fast.
Oh, maybe it will. All right. So here's an example of what we intend to do with the families.
You three are going to come up with a name. You three are going to come up with a jingle. You three are going to pitch it. Go. Hey, so wouldn't it be better if you worked together?
So we provide something for them to interact with, and then continue to bring up solutions.
Okay, you have 10 seconds to put it all together.
Okay. Activities like this encourage communication in the group.
Has this ever happened to you? A drip of sweat goes down the side of your body, and you just smell, right? So, to stop the stink, you need to get stink stoppers.
Stink stoppers! Good job! So do you see how by coming together, we made more progress by being?
You just witnessed a theater improvisation, which depicted communication as critical to strengthening relationships and overcoming challenges. Though it seems odd to make something as playful as theater, in which we intend to have entire families participate, the solution to our problem, studies on modes of communication show it's highly affected. 93% of communication is nonverbal, with 55% attributed to body language and the other 38% attributed to tone of voice. While theater needs dialogue, its purpose is to bring one's imagination not into just word form, but into life. Thus, by participating in theater, one trains their entire communicational spectrum. Just as Plato stated, one can learn more about another in an hour of play as opposed to a year of conversation. Play through theater is the solution to create better relationships among families.
So how do we know that our solution is going to work for the people in Conroe, Texas? We did a survey. Actually, there is a visual, but we can't, the clicker is not working right this minute. But there is a survey that we took with the local residents, asking if it's something that they would be invested or interested in. And we had an overwhelming majority of people say yes, that would be the blue. And they're very interested in attending. So not only do we have a community that needs our solution, but we have a community that wants our solution. Family miscommunication is a widespread and growing issue, and our hope is that with your input and our Viva La Vida.
So I want very nice presentation, by the way, very clear. I commend you on trying to tackle a problem that is probably in 99.9% of the households in the world. And so you have a small problem to tackle. So let me ask, how are you going to do, just from a business point of view, the first thing that most people want to know is, the finance piece, and they want to know the marketing piece and things like that. How are you going to market to get families in and that side of things?
Right, so actually what the city